नमस्कार दोस्तों, स्वागत है आपका आर्य समाचार में। मेरा नाम है प्रणव जी। बॉलीवुड इंडस्ट्री, इंडियन सिनेमा इतनी वास्ट इंडस्ट्री है जिनमें रोज लाखों मूवियाँ प्रोड्यूस होती हैं, बनती हैं और रिलीज होती है, लेकिन उनमें से कुछ ऐसी गिनी चुनी मूवीज़ होती हैं जो मेन सिनेमाज में दिखाई जाती हैं, लेकिन उनके अलावा भी कितनी सारी ऐसी मूवीज़ हैं जो बनती है लेकिन मेन सिनेमाज तक नहीं पहुंच पाती। क्या आपको पता है कि आयरलैंड, जो यूरोप का पार्ट ऑलमोस्ट इंडिया से इतना दूर है, यहाँ पर भी इंडियन मूवीज शो करी जाती हैं? जी नहीं ना, वही हम आज आयरिश समाचार आपको बताने आए हैं। यहाँ आयरलैंड में द इंडियन फिल्म फेस्टिवल आयरलैंड 2020 होने वाला है, जिसकी शुरुआत है 20 नवंबर से 23 नवंबर, जिसमें इंडियन मूवीज़, जी हाँ, कुछ गिनी चुनी ऐसी मूवीज़ जो इंडिया, जो बहुत प्यारी स्टोरीज़ बताती हैं अबाउट इंडियन सिनेमा, इंडियन कल्चर, यहाँ पर शो करी जाएंगी। जी, आयरलैंड में जो इंडियन फिल्म फेस्टिवल आयरलैंड जो है, इसकी शुरुआत हुई थी 2009 में, जिनके डायरेक्टर थे सिराज जैदी, जिन्होंने आज से 11 साल पहले एक सपना देखा था कि इंडियन सिनेमा को आयरलैंड और यूरोपियन मार्केट्स में भी दिखाना चाहिए कि क्या है इंडियन कल्चर और उनका सिनेमा। तो क्यों ना आज हम सिराज जैदी जी से खुद बात करते हैं और उनसे खुद पूछते हैं कि इस साल का जो फेस्टिवल होगा वो कैसा होगा। जी हाँ, जैसे कि आपको पता है कोविड चल रहा है, तो इन पर्सन जाके सिनेमाज में जाके मूवीज़ देखना तो इम्पॉसिबल है। तो इस बार उनका जो ये फेस्टिवल है वो होगा ऑनलाइन, जी हाँ, वर्चुअल होगा। तो कैसा होगा और क्या है उनकी पूरी स्टोरी, आज हम उनसे मिलकर ये बात जरूर करते हैं।
So, welcome to the show, sir. And we, Iris Samachar, it's a new startup, and we have few questions that we wanted to know from you, the director itself of the Indian Film Festival of Ireland. Well, it's the 11th year this year. So 11th year as in, so like lot of hard work would be put in to make it go through 11 years. And 11 years, and I hope it gets 25, 50, 100 years here in Ireland, and we just pray for that. So the first thing that comes to my mind is like Bollywood, Indian cinema. It's like the Indian cinema, and everyone is like so fascinated. And over the years, they have a lot of more Indian intakes in Ireland. So I wanted to know, when you started this Indian film festival in 11 years from now, what made you start this thing in Ireland, and what was the idea behind it? What motivated you to start this thing?
Okay. First of all, let me congratulate you, Pranav, about your Irish Samachar, and I wish you all the best for the success of the Irish Samachar. It's needed, badly needed. More news, more back connection is great. Yeah. So it's my honor, and thank you very much for having me on this particular program.
Thank you.
Let me go back to, as I was chatting you earlier on, we started in 2010. The very first Indian Film Festival of Ireland with a massive blockbuster called Rajneeti, which was directed by an old friend of mine, Prakash Jha. I'm also an actor and a filmmaker, and whenever work comes in, I work. But apart from that, I connected with the industry in a big way. For many, many years when I was distributing Indian cinema in Ireland before 2010. And for 15 years, I imported and distributed and exhibited Indian cinema in the Irish cinemas, and in fact all over Ireland: Cork, Limerick, Galway, Dublin, Belfast even, Kerry. So we used to have a huge network of Indian cinema showing Indian blockbuster latest films on weekends only, Saturday, Sunday, because that was the main market, because people were students or working people. So weekdays screening was not making any sense. So that sustained for almost about 15 years. So we did a huge blockbusters like Kal Ho Na Ho, Mohabbat Mein, Yes Ye Lagan, and all those films, big films and big budget films. I was the pioneer in creating something like that. So our national media, RTE, has done a couple of documentaries on this particular, and as you quite rightly said, that we Indian cannot live anywhere in the world without our cinema.
Couldn't agree more, sir.
Yeah, we grew up with cinema. We love cinema. We live with cinema. The culture of Indian cinema is so huge and so powerful. In fact, it's a reflection of society. What is happening in society is reflected in our story. There are a lot of genres, there are a lot of storytelling formats. I'm still passionate about being an actor myself and the filmmaker, create this festival because film has to be screened. People need to be connected with our films and our stories and things like that. So we launched it in Dublin on 2010 with the director Prakash Jha came with the film Rajniti. And also other directors and writers, an actor Gul Panag, who's also a very famous actress. She came with her film, I think it was called 2000, Summer 2000, with Sikandar Kher, Anupam Kher's son. It was about farmer's suicide. So my logic was that to mix the Indian cinema, blockbusters, big budget pictures, big films. However, to also screen the not only the Bollywood buddy films, but also the meaningful cinema, the critical cinema, as we call it, Indian new wave cinema.
Yeah.
Cinema with a meaning, cinema with a message, cinema with a power, with that. So I kind of created the program and curated the program accordingly, which was very well received. I must say that. I connected with the local community and everybody said, yes, we would love to have, and everybody liked to meet the stars and the directors and things like that. So we had the social element of that as well. It was not very exclusive or anything. Anybody could walk in, anybody could meet the stars and the directors in the foyer of the over 4 days. And there was a bit of a buzz in the town when we created big banners, posters, publicity, and all this bullshit, as it should be in the industry, which is a glamorous, so to speak. However, hard work, as you quite rightly said. I managed to get off the ground that film festival, and lo and behold, it's sustaining, and it's 10 years, and I can't, say bad thing, anything. Well, of course, I mean, there are a lot of hiccups and a lot of challenges and things like that.
It's like all the ups and downs comes your way itself. So in this 10 year, like it's almost the 11th festival that we are having in this year. So the engagement of people, because I know in the starting when you started all alone with your own idea, there's just you that have believed in the thing. But over the years, people keep on joining. So has the engagement also increased over the 10 years?
Indeed. What I was always believed in teamwork. We have our saying in our Hindi. I don't know you would follow, the audience would follow. Akela chana bhar nahi phota. In other words, a single grain cannot actually break the. So I always believe in teamwork and creative teamwork of good people, like-minded people. So we had, and of course I connected with people back in India, in the industry, my friends who are pretty well known people, like Mr. Atul Tiwari, who is very well connected. He's a scriptwriter, actor, and all that. So I connected with the people, and I gathered a group of people who were like-minded. But obviously, at the hard end of the work, bulk of the work was hard end. My work, which I created and sustained and continued for the following years. I think the biggest challenge for anything what you do in life is the budget and the cost of doing these things like that. And these are not cheap thing to do because you're dealing with the stars who are not cheap. You're dealing with the industry which believes in sort of like, so to speak, high end value, and they need to be treated well, they need to be looked after well. They travel first class, they travel, all that, of course. So the biggest challenge was, how do I come up with the money and how do I come up with the budget of a festival like that? And then the film distributors themselves, they don't give films for nothing. If the films are new films, they love to have it in the festival. Publicity's sake, but dealing with the distributor was kind of not that difficult because I had been in that game and I had been a good contact network with the distributors. So I was just reinventing the wheel basically, and saying that, look guys, I cannot do that because the piracy is rampant now. A lot of people don't come to cinema to watch movie, they watch it on internet, and they get piracy were happening from Hong Kong and China before the movie release. So they were quite happy to support that idea, and that's how we started, the challenge became serious, and I didn't realize that it can be so daunting. It can be so difficult at time. So the stress level was very high. The more you sort of go into it, the more you realize the pitfalls of doing things, because anything in the new, you don't know, you have just a good idea. But one thing I always believed is that it's the product, it's the core product is our film industry, which is beyond and bigger than anybody else, and people believe in that, people love it, and I'm sure the audience will support that. And that's exactly what happened then.
So when the films come for the film festival, what measures do you keep in mind to show, like as you said, the main Hollywood industries, most of the film doesn't come out here, but what are the measurements that you keep in mind that these films would definitely work in a European market, or these films would be like giving a very good message in the European market?
I think the story and substance is the main thing rather than the stars. Unlike the Indian market, which is crazy about the stars and driven by the star system. European market is all about how the content and the subject matter of the movie is being talked about in storyline. So I'm very careful of reading. I read a lot. I analyze throughout the year, keep an eye on the critical cinema which is coming out from our industry, which is traveling rest of the Europe and rest of the world as well. So we have now a family of film festival. I'm also an associate director of a film festival in Norway, which is a Bollywood Indian film festival in Oslo.
That's
in
good.
Norway, Scandinavia. So and there is a one in Los Angeles and one in New York, 2 in London, 1 in Melbourne, 1 in Germany. So it's now we have a family of Indian film festival around the globe.
This makes me feel so happy that we are like everywhere, like everywhere. We are just
Absolutely. As I said earlier on, we love our cinema, and we don't want our audience to get lost in the cacophony of the Hollywood and Western world film. Surely, everybody loves Hollywood and Western films, but my fight has always been to put our films first as well. And within the Irish film industry, I fought very hard to make a space and to make them heard and pay attention, that they must pay attention to the genres, the quantity, the quality. In quantity, nobody can beat us. We are producing more than 2,000, 300,000 films a year, if you include South Indian films, Bengali films, and regional films as well.
A lot of them do.
Nobody in the world makes that many films that we make in India. So that point across has been very well received, and people say, yes, we have heard about it. But mostly your films are not really substance film. They're all singing, all dancing, stupid actors dancing around the trees and that kind of thing, and song and dance. I said, look, song and dance is a very pertinent and part of Indian culture. When we have a wedding, we sing and dance. When we have any occasion, we celebrate. We have festivals. We celebrate festival with song and dance. So that all our culture is also part and parcel of our films. It reflects in our stories. So if there is engagement ceremony going on in a storyline, there's bound to be a dance in that. There's bound to be a good. So when I explain all this point, because I said, this is the same thing in your culture is missing. This is not your culture, In our culture, it's very much so that it's there for a purpose and a reason, rather than just popping from nowhere, So it's a part and parcel of the storyline. And then the gradually indigenous Irish audience beginning to accept that, yes, it is very colorful, and this notion of westernized notion of Bollywood has come along. I, practically speaking, do not like the term Bollywood.
Yeah, because they're just telling their way of accepting us. That's a westernized culture of football.
Westernized version of Indian cinema.
Yeah.
However, that's one which catched up the rest of the world. And now last year, I don't know, in Dubai, they have created a huge theme park called the Bollywood Park
Yes, 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 yes. I know about that.
last year, and all the big film posters and the gala and the whole area has been decorated by a theme of Bollywood.
True.
So, but my aim has always been to talk about the critical cinema, and I sort of like lean more towards the critical cinema, meaningful cinema, stories, and connected with people who are making a film, a cinema which has a message to tell the world, whether it's local stories or international stories. And that's where I, be very careful of selecting films, not always going after the blockbusters, big films.
Yeah.
So we end up creating a structure, which is basically a 4-day structure. It's a 4 days. Used to be a whole week. But then the audience was not too big. Still, we are in the process of evolving ourselves and developing after even 10 years. The Irish media, I always say to them that, look, Indian film industry is bigger than Bollywood.
True, it is indeed.
Yeah.
As you only said that the South Indians have their own separate and North Indians have their own. So like indirectly, we are producing a lot of movies.
Absolutely.
That sometimes might not touch the Bollywood, but they can get to the international level and the movies that you totally select for them. So I just wanted to know, like every year, so this festival happens in person, people come, they watch, they celebrate it. But this year, because of COVID, everything is going online. So how is this year has affected you, or it is like a new strategy, something that you got, okay, this is a new chance to explore in a new way. It's a
Absolutely.
new way. It's a pro or a boon for you.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, there was a lot of discussion about it, and the team that I have, a very small team of youngsters who are part and parcel of the festival, and also some senior people, some patron, and we discussed it. And I had some personal tragedies as well in my life. Last year, my wife passed away, and this year, my older brother passed away with the first doctor in UK who was from coronavirus. So I was in two minds whether I would do it the festival or not. My mind was certainly not there. And of course, physically, it was impossible to conduct it because cinema was closed down. And it's all about gathering. The festival is all about grand red carpet opening. Is a very glamorous occasion. We have food, we have, live dancers, we have live entertainment laid down in the cinema, in the foyer of the cinema. We do it in the Drum Cinema for the last good few years. So all of that was not possible. So I was demoralized. I was very down. I was upset that how I'm going to do it. But then again, the team members have said, look, I mean, everything is turning virtual. Why don't we do it virtual festival? And indeed, some of the Irish festivals, like in Galway Film Festival, they did it virtually. So I took their model and I saw their model. And I said, like, if they can do it, all film festivals are happening. At least we can keep the flame alive, and even in the lockdown situation, we can do a virtual cinema. So the next big challenge was what and how to execute the virtual, how to create a content of virtual cinema, how to acquire movies, who do we talk to, and luckily again, I'm grateful and thankful to the filmmakers' positive response that I got back home from the opening film. So the structure of the festival remains the same, and we have managed to retain the structure, opening and closing film. Yes. In between, we have other things like Lifetime Achievement Award, like a Best Director Award, and Best Actor Award. That thing we had to make some adjustment on that, but still we're retaining the debut director. Sometime we also have a structure of a first-time film director who has directed first movie, and we honor that director. So we're retaining that, and luckily the film that I got was a small film, very critical film, but very small film, which was produced by a stalwart of Shabana Azmi of our industry. And it was directed by the back cameraman, Mr. Baba Azmi, which is her brother, who's a very big cameraman who's been doing in Bollywood mainstream like Tezab, Betab, and all those big Bollywood blockbusters. He used to shoot as a DOP, director of photography.
Yeah.
Because this year, the good thing is that audience are worldwide. People are watching us
Everyone can
all over the
watch
world.
it. Internet is free, so everyone can
That's
sit
great.
there.
People are watching in India, Australia, like, everywhere. The
True.
UK. So I managed to, club with a radio broadcaster in UK who happily joined the festival team to interview the celebrities who attended the festival in a section called Blast from the Past. And which I come up with the idea of Blast from the Past is 10 years of how we view the people who came. So that was the hardest slot and the hardest content, I would say, to gather in the last 3.5 months. And it's still happening. Only 2 interviews left, which will be concluded this week. And we'll be finishing all of that.
Well, listening to you and everything that happened, so sorry for your loss and everything. It just seems like this year has been hard for everyone. Everyone has faced a lot of problems. This year has also taught us the value of life, the value of everything. I myself have seen a lot of changes in myself over this year, that how precious life is. And the good thing about and the commendable thing is that you didn't give up. A lot of problems came up to you. Everything online, because just imagining everything going online, dances performing online would be a very big task. How to organize this, and I know a huge mastermind should be behind it, talking to people, getting the people, work for them. Because you know what I believe, and this is true, you can also believe in this thing, that a leader can make a plan, he can go forward, but it's on him how he makes the team work with them. So
Absolutely.
contacting daily.
Because everybody is working in a very difficult situation. Like I just received text for a dancer who's been trying for the last 2 days to send and she's been not well.
Yeah.
Satakshi has been with us for a good few years, but she's managed to send me some material just now this evening. So all of that is a technical thing that people have been, trying to do. Some people are recording live. Some people are doing previous recorded material. All of that requires coordination. And then the challenge is that how to make sure that all of that tagged along on our mother website and is available, that content, to the audience when we open on Zoom 5 o'clock local time, which will be 10:30 back home in India. And so with the live comment from the Indian ambassador, who's also part of the festival. Indian Embassy has always been a good supporter of the festival.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Well, they say, like, whenever you go for something big, a bit nervousness should be always there, because it brings more confidence in you. Well, you have done your part and you have coordinated everything superbly. And while talking to you for the first time, I feel the confidence from you, the vibes, the positive vibes I get from you. So I myself and the whole Irish Samachar praise that this event will go fabulous and you will get great achievement through it. And maybe this year, this COVID thing that came to us and we started it online, I hope through this online thing, we are like all over the world. Yeah, there's something out there.
We will always keep the online version of the festival as a part of the real version.
Definitely. That would be a great boon to what I say for this.
That's the only way to reach out to the world. Otherwise, not everybody can travel, not everybody can come and see it. But virtually, we always tag along the snippets of that on our website, and people. Yeah. But this will be live, and it'll always be available. Everything which we screened and we show will be available beyond that's another good thing about that. The festival will not end in 4 days. It will be left. Certain things will release on certain time and days. At the same time, once they've done it, I requested to the technical people team that leave that on the website so people can, those who missed it, they can revisit it and they can watch it again,
Just imagine this way, like if this COVID thing was not here, we would have definitely come to you and had an interview in person. But thanks to the grace of the internet and this technology. So see, our first